The world was shaken when Usain Bolt, the legendary sprinter, received heartbreaking news. His father, Wellesley Bolt, has passed away at the age of 68 after a long battle with illness. But what many don't know is the untold story behind Wellesley's life and how his struggles impacted Usain's rise to greatness. This isn't just about the loss of a father. It's about a legacy that was quietly forged through perseverance, sacrifice, and love. Stick around, because this is a story you won't want to miss. Usain Bolt is known as the fastest man in the world, holding world records and achieving feats that many can only dream of. But behind every great athlete, there's often a support system, a foundation of family, and sometimes struggles that remain hidden from the public eye. In this video, we'll dive deep into the life of Wellesley Bolt, Usain's father, who recently passed away at 68 after battling a long illness. While Usain's triumphs on the track are widely known, his father's legacy and the impact it had on Usain's life are often overlooked. But what truly happened to Wellesley Bolt? What was his relationship like with Usain? And how did he shape Usain's journey? We'll also discuss the emotions surrounding this tragic loss, the tributes pouring in from celebrities, and the significance of this passing for the Bolt family. Stay with us, because this is a story about family, sacrifice, and the silent force behind a world-renowned athlete. Before Usain Bolt became a global icon, his story began in the quiet town of Sherwood-Content, Jamaica. Wellesley Bolt, Usain's father, was a key figure in his early life, although much of his work and influence have remained in the shadows. Born in the heart of rural Jamaica, Wellesley was a man whose humble beginnings shaped much of his worldview. He wasn't a man of the spotlight. In fact, Wellesley Bolt was more known for his quiet strength, his love for his family, and his role as a father who worked tirelessly to provide for his children. While Usain's mother, Jennifer, took on a more prominent role in his career as an organizer and support system, Wellesley's influence as a father was just as essential. His role behind the scenes cannot be underestimated. His support was crucial for Usain as he moved from a small-town athlete to a global superstar. Wellesley worked hard as a farmer and a part-time worker, struggling with long hours to make ends meet. However, despite his own hardships, he always prioritized his family. He was never far from Usain's side, providing the emotional grounding that the young athlete needed as he started to show signs of greatness. While many might have seen the raw, explosive speed of Usain Bolt, Wellesley saw the hard work, discipline, and resilience it took to achieve those records. His strength wasn't measured in sprinting, but in his unwavering support and belief in his son. But despite all his sacrifices and hard work, Wellesley Bolt's personal story isn't often talked about. So many focus on Usain's achievements, his races, and his records, but the influence of his father was key to Usain's foundation. What did Wellesley Bolt do to influence Usain in ways that went beyond simply being a father? Let's take a deeper look at the relationship between father and son and how Wellesley's sacrifices paved the way for Usain's future success. As we move from the proud moments of Wellesley Bolt's influence on his son's rise to fame, we now face the somber reality of his passing. It wasn't long ago that the world learned of Wellesley's long illness and eventual death at the age of 68. His passing, though expected in some ways due to his declining health, still came as a shock to his family and the wider world. The man who had been the silent pillar of Usain Bolt's family was no longer there to offer his wisdom, his strength, or his fatherly advice. For those close to Wellesley, his death was not only the loss of a father and husband, but the end of an era.